Hello, hello, my fellow exiles. I hope you are all doing well tonight. Welcome to another live here on Talkative Try. Today, we're doing some Today, we are doing some Path of Exile 2 content, including a podcast with Gavryn, formerly Gavryn Gaming, about the state of 0.3, how he's enjoying it despite not making any content on the actual patch. We will either be playing our endgame monk, which is pushing level 93 and extreme levels of power, or we will touch on the Ice Sorceress, or we might do a mixture of the two. And I just wanted to open up tonight's live too with a little non-Path of Exile related stuff as we let people funnel in here. And I guess this is mostly for those of you who are waiting and like to hear my opinions on not just Path of Exile, but everything else. So if this resonates with you, let me know. Leave a comment below on the live and let me know in the chat. I've been in a little bit of a poor headspace lately. Past like week or so. And I don't know, it's nagging at me. So I think I'm curious. So I mentioned that I'm not like a religious person, but I think I've been looking for a non-denominational church to maybe start going to with my family. But I'm also open to any other kind of community-based activities that are for an entire family. So if anybody has anything that they do with their entire family, with lots of other people that's kind of uplifting and positive, and I think communal is the right word, let me know. I'm curious. Because, of course, there's stuff like going to the park, going to, the zoo, going on picnics, right? There's lots of stuff that I can do, just me, that I like, but it's hard to also do with a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So I'm just looking for something that's kind of recurring, that's uplifting for the mind and soul right now. So, okay, enough serious talk. I also am very curious, guys. So we are over 2 weeks into 0.3. I'm at about 75, 80 hours right now. So I'm very curious, Exiles, if GGG is going to do another patch. And I really hope they do. So I thought it would be cool to write down a wish list for another update, okay? A mid-league update. What we actually think might come in the Path of Exile 2. Okay? So I have notepad right here. There we go. Beautiful notepad. I'm just going to write down a few things that I think are possible. Okay? And that I would like to see if they do a 0-3-1. Alright? 0-3-1 wish list. Please, GGG. I love the patch. Okay. Let's see who's in here. Hey, Hung Step Bro, what's going on? Hey, Labor Days, what's going on, man? Hey, Aiden, Neverborn Luckily. Hey, Circaean. Hey, Nabdaman, how you doing? Hey, Devs TV. Unitarian churches are an option to look into. Yeah, I might, because the only churches that I've really been to, guys, are Catholic churches. And no offense to Catholics, I haven't had the best experiences, even though I was married in the Catholic Church. I'm not Catholic, but my wife is. So I would want something kind of different for my kids. I'm not looking for that. No shade at Catholics. Okay. Try made me want to quit Deadeye. Dude, you can quit Deadeye and just play Monk, my man. Do it. I feel like you have to almost turn to a church for that in the US. Here in the EU, there's plenty of options. Yeah, it is a little rough in the US, dude. I'm not going to lie. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at all those chat messages. Hey, Possum Brothel. Thanks, Jalf. We're going to have a fun time. Bro hasn't been playing and he's asking for more. Gotta finish your plate, lil bro. Man, I have played a great deal of Path of Exile 2 this league. In Dawn of the Hunt, maybe you would have had, a point. But still, I think people who don't have a lot of playtime still have valuable feedback and can have an opinion on the game. Hey, SAS Entertainment, what's going on? I'm loving 03. You're playing Chaos Witch? Heck yeah. And a Big Bunk Warrior? Yeah, it's a W, the update. You hope they add more content to the game? That's the thing. 031, I don't think they're adding more content, okay? So, here's my wish list for what GGG adds in this patch, okay, for 031, if there's a 031. So we're just going to make it really quick, then we're going to get right into the game. Okay. Crash fixes. Performance improvements. Okay, those are like everybody agrees on that. Okay, now here's the other thing that I really think they need to do. Increased Citadel appearance rate. I think that's huge. I'm level 92. I've pathed quite a far distance from the center of the Atlas. One set of Citadels. I think that's crap. Okay, why do you have to grind such a terrific amount to be able to face the Arbiter? Come on, he's the Arbiter. All right, I want to fight Gianor, Jamanra, and Doriani in Uber form as much as possible. So that's one gameplay related thing that I'd love to see touched upon. Okay, all right, we'll see. Because remember, no big patch until December, guys. Until December. Okay, here's another one. Creep up uniques. Okay, meaning buff them numerically. Lots of uniques could be powerful. Their numbers suck and they don't scale, and not even that, they're not even good options in the campaign. I don't think I've equipped more than 2 uniques this entire patch, guys. That, I don't know what you guys think. I think that is a shame. I just don't use the last patch I used Tangle Tongue, okay? I like uniques, guys. Eeh. All right? So I feel like uniques, they should just go in and they should try to work up the numbers on uniques and make them more compelling. 100%. I think they should do it this patch. Right? All right. Pass of low level infusion powered spells. Passive low level spell scaling and high end infusion powered spells. I have done research. I understand Blood Mage is busted, guys, with spells. Nothing else is really busted with spells. Spells are definitely suffering massively. Okay? Do you know something about Despair? It's working fine till Act 3 and then the animation and no effect. Perhaps something to do with gem levels? Hey, Squirtle Squad, what's happening, bro? What's happening? Right, you're right, Labor Days. A lot of them aren't interesting mechanically. They can't do that in a 0.31 patch, okay? I'm doing well, MCogs. How you doing, dude? They can't do anything major. The time for major changes is completely gone. Here's another thing I think they should do that they won't do. Yep. That's right, guys. That's right. Hey, Stella Yasuo God, what's going on? I'm doing well, man. No, 021 was major, Andrew fan, but it had to be major. That's the thing. GGG does not have a fire lit under their butts right now. 031 doesn't need to be major, and we're almost guaranteed that most of them have moved on to working on to the October expansion for Path of Exile 1. Okay? Alright. No way, Moon Man. I don't think so. Omen of Light for 650x. Dude, I have an Omen of Light. What? Try explain mapping to me as if I was a 3-year-old learning to read. Okay. Well, my 3-year-old could probably understand mapping. Okay. Okay, little daughter Amber. Okay. So you have these stones and you put them into a box. And then you click a button on the box and the stones turn into a big doorway that you can enter. And when you walk through the doorway, you're transported somewhere else. Okay? And in this place, there are lots of bad guys. And you have to take out the bad guys, and then you find treasure. And there might be one big bad guy that you have to find, but he's usually not the most dangerous bad guy, even though he really should be the most dangerous bad guy. Who you really have to watch out for are the little bad guys. The little bad guys that have lots of green stuff around them, okay? Like a puddle, right? You know how we avoid puddles when we're walking through a parking lot? Well, all these bad guys, they have puddles around them, and that is the most dangerous thing, my little Amber, okay? So you go into this door, you take out all the bad guys, and then you leave, and you keep doing it forever and ever and ever and ever. I think that's how I'd explain maps to my 3-year-old daughter. I assume half on PoE 1, half on the druid. Why only one podcast a day? Because I am freaking exhausted right now, and I have a full-time job and a family that I take care of, and I try to be healthy and run a 5K every day and work out 4 times a week lifting weights. So 1 podcast a day is all you get, and usually 2 per week. What's worse, the little guy you shouldn't have to worry about, but do, or chilled ground? Definitely chilled ground. Definitely chilled ground. All right, and here's the one other thing that I hope they address, and I think they can do it in a 0.3.1 patch. Degens and ground effect map mods. I think curses are in a fine spot now, guys. I don't know about you, but I think curses are actually fine in PoE 2 right now. The big offender equals chilled ground, okay? And I know there are ways to counter this. I don't care. I'm gonna be a jerk about it. I don't care. I think it's too egregious. I think there's too much of it on the ground, and it affects melee builds disproportionately compared to ranged builds. And I know this applies to a lot of things about Path of Exile too, but chilled ground pisses me off beyond anything else, okay? Most annoying modifier in the game. I'm fine with the curses. I'm fine with ignited. I'm fine with shocked. I'm fine with the mana ground, the mana siphon ground that you get from desecrated map mods. I'm fine with all that. Chilled ground is ridiculous. They either need to lower the effectiveness of it or, in my opinion, make it more visible and not as prominent and prevalent. Yeah, I think prevalent on the actual terrain, especially in tight maps. Okay, chilled ground combined with a crypt, okay, or a ravine. Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous, okay? You are forced to go in it, and it's horrible. So, yes, and I know an option is to not run chilled ground, you guys. I know that's an option. Like I said, I'm being an unproductive, toxic jerk. I don't care. I hate this modifier. I hope they change it to be less offensive. I do. I really do. So, and I think we can probably get this patch until the end of September. If it's October 1st and there's no 0.3.1, there won't be a 0.3.1. That's what I hope we get from 0.3.1. This is not an order of importance. I think... There. Order of importance. There you go. There you go. There you go. Rated in order of performance. That's what I would love from a 0.3.1. And I think that's totally feasible. All right? With all that being said, my fellow exiles, with all that complaining done, let's pop into the game. Let's play some game. Whoa, why would we want to turn it into a slot machine simulator? I don't want the game to be a slot machine simulator. I would hate that. I'm very anti-slot machine simulator, guys. You guys should know that about me. Dry Act 4 final boss bleed still gives me PTSD. How do I build to protect against bleed? That boss has a bleed mechanic, Neverborn Luckily. Aren't there a few ways to protect yourself against bleed, though? I mean, the most common one is a charm, right? Can't you charm it up? Why don't you have the anti-bleed charm, bro? 3 charm slots, get an anti-bleed charm, put it on just for that boss, you're good to go. I don't think I've ever even seen the bleed mechanic on that guy. Yep. Build ground hasn't been a big factor for me. It's the poison pools, blood pools, vomit pools, diarrhea pools, etc. left after I kill any monster. Those actually aren't as bad for me anymore. Maybe my character is just super strong now. Oh, you guys want the SORC again? But this is so much fun, you guys. One map. One map. Okay? And then we're back on the SORC. Okay? I promise. I promise. Just one map. Just one map. I won't do any more. One endgame map, and then we pop on the SORC. Deal? I think that's a deal. We'll do a little bit of Corrupti-poo. Tier 14. That sucks. Okay, so not that map. Alright. How about that map? Okay. Alright. Suffix. Alright. Corrupt. Alright. That's a good map. Go hold me accountable. Hey, Always Rogue, what's going on? Shout out to Always Rogue. I just did a collab with him. Well, I didn't collab. He invited me on his channel to do a quiz-style game, and he embarrassed me massively. Huge shout out to Always Rogue for embarrassing the hell out of me. For the first time, I used a build guide and played the broken class. Holy hell, Lightning Arrow is a blast. Oh my gosh. Another one falls to Lightning Arrow. I'm glad you're having fun, man. A lot of people are having fun playing Lightning Arrow. My dad is now caught up to me. Let's see. Is he on right now? No, my dad's not on. He was level 92. So my dad is caught up despite my grinding. Because Lightning Arrow is just beyond busted. The only reason he was able to catch up. No other reasoning. Alright. What's the attack time on my Ice Strike? I'm not sure. I suppose I could look. Couldn't I? How do I look at that? Go to gem, don't I? I don't think it's that crazy. Attack time. 0.14 seconds. That is my attack time on Lightning Strike. Is that bad or good? I have no idea if it's bad or good, guys. I have not looked at anybody else's monk build this league. I have not even watched any monk gameplay. Also, I noticed... You guys notice how performance seems to be pretty good right now? Everything is kind of smooth as butter right now. I wonder if that's just because I am nowhere near the abyss. It could be it. Gav is in 25 minutes. Yeah, we're doing the 8:30 pod as usual. So just playing for a little bit and then hopping right into that pod. Gav, I don't think Gav has made any videos on this league. I think Gav has kind of moved on. Oh, a hair. Guys. Oh. Yes. Yes. That's right. Wait. The hair spirit. Did I let it inhabit? No, there's the hair spirit. Come on, hair spirit. Give me a hair talisman. You know that's what I want. There it is. What? I didn't even get anything? Oh, no, guys. Oh, God. Brutus's brain. What's that? That's the thing that my dad was talking about. He said it was super busted. That is a lineage gem, right? Where things can't be damaged. Like they can't die, but they also can't deal damage. I think that's what it is. Hey, Fished. What's going on? Yeah, no hair talisman, unfortunately. I wonder how expensive that drop is. Brutus's brain. It made the tank. I am not using Roa. My dad was using it. I think he was using it with like an immortal companion, though. I don't think he was using it on Roa. Maybe I'm wrong. But from the way he was explaining it, it was so he could have a tanky companion, never die, and tank almost all the monsters on maps. Also, I saw a post about why Charged Staff wasn't working with Shattering Palm. It was because if Charged Staff like killed a monster, it wouldn't do the explosion or something. It wouldn't spread the explosion to nearby monsters. So using Shattering Palm with Charged Staff actually is usually a damage decrease. So I wasn't crazy, guys. When I was equipping Charged Staff and feeling like I was doing less damage, I was right. And my clear was worse. I was 100% right. Hey, Nextbeard, what's going on? You love the content? Thanks so much, bro. Appreciate it. I have no rarity on my character. I'm pretty sure I have no rarity. All right. Yep, 0 rarity. That's right, guys. 0 rarity. All right, so let's see. I would do Exalted, Brutus's Brain. What was that? 10 to 1? 5 to 1? What? How'd it go from 10 to 1 to 5 to 1? That's not a tank. That is not a tank. What? I'm still using it and I'm level 95 and didn't notice it, but I was wondering why Charge Staff can't shock enemies. Have I ever played SSF? Yeah, I'm doing it on the character I'm about to pop on and play. Up until I reach endgame, at least. I'm doing SSF on that character. I usually do SSF until I hit endgame. I did that this league. I played SSF until endgame. I do find that more fun. I know that a lot of people say, oh, you get a power spike in Act 4 now because you get access to Anj, but I did not use Anj. Okay. We're going to play the Ice Sorc for 20 minutes. All right. Damned by Filter Blade. Indeed. It's all right. It happens, guys. All right. So we're back on the Ice Sorc. Let's see what's going on here with Ice Sorcy. Let's go to Zarka. Nah. That's a nice one. Fortunately, nah. Ooh, both those are nice. Okay. Never mind. Alright, let's see how strong we are. I should pick up Firewall. Where's Flame Wall? Right? For my Spark that I'm currently using. Because that'll be Giga damage. And then Uncut Skill Gem. Snap Frostbolt. Consume the elemental energy from a frozen, shocked, or ignited enemy, creating an elemental blast that leaves behind an infusion remnant. The blast will spread to other enemies affected by the same ailment, but those blasts cannot spread further. Also can be passed on Frostbolt to create a larger blast. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's snap it up, guys. Let's see how snap works. I mean, why not? Why not give it a go? There's no reason not to do it. Harmonic remnants. Magnified area. Hourglass support. Giga remnant. Zenith. Old pen considered casting. Wow, less cast speed, 35% more damage. Let's just try that. Because we basically cancel out the increases that we got. Oh yeah, this is the part that everybody always complains about. We go to the Halani gates. Okay. Alright. And then we get off the Halani gates. But surprise, exiles. We're not actually getting off at the Halani gates. We're actually going to go to the Modern Quarry, okay? They were just tricking us, exiles. Warrior's pretty strong. Dude, everybody I've talked to has basically said Warrior's very strong. Especially in the campaign. I think it's just the playstyle that puts a lot of people off. Okay, also, I never picked this up, so where should I go? Ice? Cast speed? I feel like I should go over here. Alright. Let's try out Snap, guys. I have no idea how it's going to be. No, you have to go to the gates. You have to go to the gates. From what I can see. So I have to freeze someone and then I can snap. Right? Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. 2-button playstyle, eh? Oh. Unfortunate that I killed them all. Alright, and then snap. Then I can kill them. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. So, I wonder if using it with Frostbolt would be better. Okay, see? Because that AoE is kind of crap. I need a bigger AoE. Right? Oh my gosh, that AoE is so crap. Do you guys see that? That was so bad. I need a way bigger AoE. Where's my AoE? Oh, but I could also just walk into the infusion. Let's try that. Oh, that's a big AoE. Okay, infusion. Okay. Okay, okay. I can see the vision. Okay, I can. That was almost really bad. Am I blocked here? Yep. So I literally just blow them up. That's kind of hilarious. Okay. So I need to get the AoE support gem, and that's going to be much better than, eh? That's what I need. Get Spell Cascade try? I do have Spell Cascade. I have Spell Cascade. I have it on Ice Nova, I think. Right? Oh, I have Unleash. What? Spell Cascade? Less area of effect, less damage. Supported skills also affect areas on the other side of the target area along a random axis. What? What? Infusions do not feel good. If they made it so you get infusions on cast automatically, would feel nicer. Yeah, I've heard infusions are rough. What do I get this on? Ice Nova? With Snap. Spell Cascade. I mean, I can give it a go. Why not? Let's try it. YOLO, guys. Red Spark as well. Okay. Let's keep moving. Don't get blown up so easily, monsters. Come on. What's going on here? Some pretty big snaps there, eh? Look at me using all the elements. Aren't you guys impressed? You guys should be very impressed. I'm experimenting. I've never really played spells to a great degree. I got a SORC kind of far in hardcore, but I was only playing with Spark pretty much. Pretty strong. What's going on, Greenlink? Hope you're having a nice night. We're just playing a little bit of Path of Exile 2 before our podcast with Gavryn. Oh, look at those giga infusions, you guys. Oh my goodness. Wow. Everything's dying. I can see it. I can see why this is really cool if you get some, like, once I get some jewelry. I am so tempted to not go SSF, guys. Who would be mad if I left SSF and I went to my trade account and I just like used Lesser's Jeweler's Orbs and made myself way stronger? Would that be cheating? I guess I would be getting rid of the authentic experience if I did that. But in a way, you know, I kind of earned being able to do that. Right? You would be disappointed. The podcast is in 10 minutes. Podcast in 10. Oh, come on. I wanted to snap. Why are you guys all dying so fast? Come on. All right. Looks like we'll be able to get one boss in. Hey, Gav. What's going on, dude? What do I think of the Huntress this season? My brother has cooked an awesome Huntress build. Absolutely awesome Huntress build. He's doing Hollow Palm Ritualist. And he's using Cast on Crit to have comets fly down on his enemies. He's going to be a guest on the podcast at some point. Probably not this week because I didn't realize he had Pathfinder on Thursdays. So probably not going to be this Thursday, guys. I'm sorry for saying that. I should have checked with him first. Well, it's probably going to be next week. But I've basically seen his cool build. That's it. I haven't seen any others. Have there been any other interesting Huntress builds this league? Looks like Amazon kinda got wrecked, honestly. Poor Amazon. I don't like the remnants. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I really don't think the infusions are where it's at. I am just getting flashbacks to Acolyte of Chayula. And I think that they can just appear on your character. Or just have, like, why can't they just be buffs that you get on your character for casting spells? Does anybody know why that is bad? Can somebody explain to me why it's a bad mechanic? Like if they would just be on your character? Why would that be bad? Is it too similar to power charges? Would people not move? I think people would move. I know they want you to pick them up. Why? Can somebody justify it? Like Steelman the argument for GGG. I'm curious. Is it just because they want you to move around? I'd argue that the combat, you already move around a ton in the combat. Gameplay. What do you... I guess what... They are Pac-Man enjoyers. I'm just getting flashbacks to Acolyte of Chayula, and I did not like that style of gameplay. People need to move. Are people standing still? Who's standing still in Path of Exile 2? When are we standing still in PoE 2? Can you guys tell me? Are some of you standing still? Oh, I don't even want to think about the end game. How do you see them in the end game? Holy crap. Don't even bring that up, dudes. That is way easier now. Yeah, bosses are definitely much slower than I'm like my monk, right, guys? Oops. Silly me. Oh, poor lady. I remember Sebastian. I will never forget. How could I forget Sebastian? Someone said there's a way to get them from far away and note or something. Yeah, that fight is kind of a joke. Unfortunately, now with Sprint, I think. Okay, 260. Whipped. Yeah. We're gonna up that. Orb of Og, Fire Res, nice. You're done. Alright. We shall stay SSF. Oh. We shall suffer. Grand Mana Flask. Nice. Okay, let's see. Does she have a nice +2 gem level? +2 gem level? Or am I going to stay on this +2 gem level thing the entire freaking campaign? I have a feeling I might be on that the whole campaign. Okay, somebody said to try... Ooh. Ooh, I might have to try that. I mean, I kind of want to just try... I'm fine with cast speed being lower, honestly. I think I'm totally fine with that. Level 6. Get in there. Okay, get in there. Ice Nova continues to be my big damage spell. I haven't noticed the difference with boss mechanics. I avoid getting hit. No, what we mean is that, like, with Sprint, you're able to trivialize quite a few mechanics of bosses. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just that. Okay, less detonation time. I like that. I like that. Let's just blow those up as soon as possible. All right, 827. All right. So we'll start. We'll chat to this person, and we'll get into the next aria. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan of the whole collecting stuff gameplay. I think that has a place, but I've encountered it now with the Acolyte of Chayula, and it looks like that's the whole thing for infusions. So maybe it's not as egregious if you can get some stuff to make it less annoying, right? But that's just not for me. And I hope that maybe they add some other ways to play, right? Because, excuse me if this is incorrect, but isn't like the big way to play spells with infusions now, unless you're Blood Mage? Are there ways to play spells otherwise? And isn't the Stormweaver now like an infusion ascendancy, essentially? Is that correct? I think that's correct. So it does kind of shoehorn you a little bit? Both correct? Okay. See? More options. Okay, so I have to walk back in to get that infusion, right? Okay, that's nice. Oh, guys, I got some rarity. Let's go. Are you guys happy? Rarity, guys. Rarity on my low-level character. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to become giga tanky. And all I'm going to do is run through and explode people with Ice Nova. That is going to be my play style. Okay? And you will like it. Gav is waiting. Yep, 8:30 or yep, 8:30 right now. I'm popping out. All right. All right, guys. Time to pop into the pod, you guys, with Gavryn. All right, let me get my little notes up here. Okay. Gav can keep waiting, play more. I would never do that, you guys. No. No. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did it this morning. Let's go, you guys. I remembered. Oh, my gosh. Look how professional I'm getting. All right, settings, virtual webcam, start virtual webcam. Let's go. He's in the chat, Hirok. I can't tell him that. It would be a flat out lie. I would never want to lie. All right. Here we go. Make sure, by the way, 201 of you in YouTube, only 25 likes on the video. Come on, guys. Up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers. Let's get more likes on the video. Let's spread this pod and Gavryn's analytical energy to the rest of YouTube. Okay? All right. You want me to become the Mr. Rogers of PoE 2? Don't kill me. Mr. Rogers was not my generation. I actually have never seen an episode of Mr. Rogers. I'm aware that he was a kind neighborhood figure. He was like a kind old man that lived in a neighborhood. It was like a kid's show. I know nothing beyond that. Okay. All right. One of you liked the video. Okay, there we go. We got instantly 40 likes from me saying that. You guys freaking rock. Thank you. Positive signals to the algorithm, aka you guys, because you guys are the algorithm. So when you like the video, more people will get recommended the video or the live, and they'll come, they'll join, they'll hang. Our community will get bigger, and I'll be able to do this full time one day. We want to do that, right, guys? We want to do that. I want to do that. I love to be my own boss. I mean, I'd love for you all to be my boss. Wouldn't that be so cool? All right, Gav, you ready to go? All right, we should be good here. The volume is set. To be honest, I don't even know how to like. I'm not tech savvy Gen Zer. I have a 78-year-old soul. All right, so all you got to do is say, "Hey YouTube, like this live stream," and then it will totally like it. I think that's how it works. All right, he's ready. All right, guys, let's pop in. We're gonna do a sound check as usual. All right. Let's see how centered you are. Hell yeah.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's happening, dude?
Might be an echo. My bad. Hang on.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear it, but good on you. Catch it early.
I heard it for sure.
Dude, okay, let's see. I think you're pretty much centered. I think you're good. Let's do a sound check. Go for it. Say some random stuff.
Testing. 1, 2.
Oh, I'm gonna up you. I'm gonna up you to 150, 160%. Give it another go.
Check. It's Erie. Check.
Not at Ziri. Did you just say at Ziri? Don't bring up at Ziri. Oh my god. Can't talk about it Ziri after last night, man.
Dude,
crazy.
I watched that. I was cracking up at work, man.
Dude, man,
Jazz has reacted to a few of my videos. He's an awesome dude. He's got good vibes.
I rewatched it this morning. I was literally like just laughing at how absurd it was. Sometimes I like tone out and I don't look at the person as they're talking, and I'll look into the camera. Right. So I wasn't watching him as he was doing the movements, right? Oh, so I didn't see him go like I didn't see any of that. So watching it, I was like, oh my gosh, he was so emotive. It was beautiful. That's the lore. That's the lore, man. That's the lore at Ziri. So I'm honestly thinking on it. I wouldn't be surprised if that is related to it in some way, but you know, maybe not in that manner. But I'm like, wow, at Ziri, probably, maybe, dude, maybe. It's very like she did some crazy stuff in Pools of Blood and everything. So I mean, yeah. All right, dude. I think your sound levels are good. Little more volume. Somebody said, I'll up you to just 200. There you go. Think you're good. All right, I like your background too. Is that's Sin on that, right? That's Sin on Lumerius's hammer.
You're right.
It's Sin. Like, I wonder how that's gonna happen. Like, he must get crucified on the hammer, and we fight Lumerius while Sin is on the hammer.
That's gotta be Act 6, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so good. All right. I think sound is good to go, dude. We'll just run through all the topics. Anything else you want to chat about? And yeah. That'll be it. We'll go for about an hour. I'll do a silly intro and we'll get right into it, okay?
Sounds good, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, 100%, dude. Always. All right. How can I do something silly? All right. Yeah, that's good. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of the Still Sane podcast. I am your host, Talkative Try, and I am here with Gavryn, a content creator for Path of Exile 2 who hasn't put out a single PoE 2 video for this league. Doesn't matter, man. Gavryn, how you doing, dude?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. Long day with the kids, but they're down now. One of them is a little sick, hoping she recovers before the weekend. But we're in PoE 2 mode now, man. It doesn't matter. She's chilling. She has a little bit of medicine in her. Hopefully she doesn't wake up coughing or anything. So, Gav, how have you been enjoying 0.3? And what have you been playing in the league itself?
I've been enjoying it a ton. That's part of the reason I haven't made content. The other reason is just I've been taking a break. I'm kind of pivoting a little bit with my channel. And just wanted to take a break before I really dove into that. And dude, the league has just been phenomenal. Oh my God. I'm going to play it like at least another month plus at this rate. So, but yeah, I started off as a mercenary and went crossbows, went right into the mortar cannon because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do like a mortar cannon siege, sort of like siege cascade sort of thing and just bombard the entire screen. I really loved that your crossbow now scaled the totems, their ballistas as well, so that you could actually do damage too. But then everybody went mortar cannon, and you know me, I can't play the meta, so so I shifted off that and went just siege cascade with just no ballistas or anything, just me. And then I was breaking armor with that, and then using the heavy high velocity rounds, the ones that actually capitalize off of the broken armor to do my single target. So siege cascade was kind of just my clear. But dude, like it has kind of a delay. So like you shoot it up. What it does is like you shoot it. It's kind of like auto aims. It's like aimbot. So you shoot it and it targets everything on the screen. So I was like, this is awesome. Clear is great. But then like a single little like creepy abyss caterpillar is like wiggling at me, dude. And I'm shooting my thing and it's landing behind him and he's just like creeping at me. And I'm just like, I can't. It pissed me off so much because it auto aims, right? And it has like a huge delay. I even had the projectile velocity, projectile acceleration 3 on it. So like huge, like prod speed to like even try and to test that. And just, it's bad on when it comes to like, just like mobs wiggling at you. And so for obvious reasons that made single target kind of difficult. And so I switched to more of a like Spartan vibe. I'm like a bleed shield spear witch hunter now. I actually use the ascendancy respec from tactician to witch hunter. Really weird. I didn't want to level again because the campaign's super long. And we'll talk about that, I'm sure. But yeah.
I'm curious, what skill are you using with it? Bleed? So rake and what?
Rake.
Okay.
Rake and then the blood. So I just switched. So I don't know it really well. I'm still like tweaking it, but the bloodhound's mark or whatever, that's breaking armor for me on single target and stunning them. And then I do like my disengage, which I have when they're heavy stunned, it ruptures the bleed or aggravates the bleed. So that's pretty cool. And then I like from that, like use my blood hunt or whatever to like charge back in and do my single target and then rake and then disengage. It's kind of like a combo, like Jonathan wanted.
There you go. So, look at that.
But,
wow, so you
have it's working out really well.
You've run the gamut. Oh my goodness. So I know you said you swapped due to some aiming issues, but I'm sure it was actually because the visual clarity. You have saved yourself, dude. You were going to be mortar cannon. You were like the crazy rush. Dude, now you're down to just the spear. The screen, dude. That.
And Herald of Blood, I love it. And then that combined with the Witch Hunter explosions, like the entire screen just chains once a single mob dies from my bleed. It's fantastic.
That sounds I'm loving fun. Awesome. I'm curious. Do the Abyss mobs count as undead or demons? So are you getting a plus damage as Witch Hunter? Do you know?
I honestly haven't hovered over them to like check, but I think that they do. I think that they do count as undead.
Okay.
Or maybe demons.
One of the two. One of the two. Mm-hmm. So Witch Hunter's a little strong this league, with the Abyss being in. So you've respec'd quite a bit. That's fascinating. How did the Ascendancy respec feel? That you were really happy that you didn't have to rerun the campaign,
Yeah, that. So all I had to do was Trial of Sekhama's the fourth one again, and then once you complete that, you respec at Balbala, and then you do your ascendancy thing, and that actually allows you to change once you have
Okay.
0 ascendancy points.
Yeah.
So it was pretty smooth.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I respect to a different ascendancy as well. I tried out
Yeah.
Acolyte Chayula. I did not like the remnant collecting thing
Mm,
with the flames,
yeah.
and I'm Invoker, absolutely loving it just like yourself. I'm really
Nice.
curious, Gav. So, 03, you said you've been loving. I'd love to hear how you think it compares to 01, which I know you played the heck out of, and then 02,
Yeah.
which I think we both did not play that much of. So,
Mm-mm.
how would you rate 03 in comparison to the first release and then the second and then the first patch of PoE 2?
It's kind of a different vibe. 0.1 was just fantastic because it's a brand new game. You have that exploration aspect and everything's brand new. But 0.3 like is just feels like a completely new game. Complete with crafting, complete with the trade. Like my lord, man, it just feels complete at this point. And 0.2 just didn't keep me hardly at all. It didn't feel like anything was new. Even the Huntress, I wasn't super like interested in. Lightning Spear completely took over the league, and I just kind of checked out from there. But
Yeah. I think you bring up a really good point there with it feeling like a complete game. I think a lot of people have that opinion, but it's really dependent on whether or not you're enjoying the archetypes that are currently in the game, right? And it's highly dependent on what
yeah,
archetypes you're playing, right? Like you're playing, it sounds like the Witch Hunter or just the Mercenary has so many different options available. You
yeah,
can play all these different facets of it and enjoy the game as a whole. It really does feel pretty full. Like I find myself I'm logging on, I'm playing for a long time. My
yeah.
streams are way longer, dude. I've just been loving it. Like you lose yourself in the sessions. Have you
Hmm.
been getting that one more map feeling in
Oh
PoE
my
2?
gosh, yeah.
Like,
Staying up until 1 o'clock when I have to wake up at 7 a.m. to work, and
right.
it's you can see the bags under my eyes. I mean,
Me
that's not
too.
just having a 6-year-old. That's that's playing PoE. So
100%. Do you think you can pinpoint what that is for you? I've talked about what it is for me. I'm curious why you are getting the 1 a.m. vibes where it's like, I'm just going to play a little bit more, try to do one more thing. Is there anything that leaps out to you that's causing that?
I've been addicted to trade. The shop and just utilizing the actual trade interface. But I generally open up the desktop still. Do you still use the interface or the desktop?
I have not even opened the site. Not a single time, dude.
Really?
Nope. Oh,
That's good.
yes,
That's
really.
good.
I deleted it. I've had that bookmark
Yeah.
for 6 years, man.
So it's actually insane because GGG has never really been like a UI expert, I would say. Like, looking back at PoE 1 design. So the UI of the trade, bizarre, and just the search functionality, everything that they've imported from the site into the game is just mind-boggling, man. That they got that done.
And it's
Not
snappy.
only that, but that they did it in the first place. That
Right.
that Jonathan finally greenlit it. That Mark was on board, and it's just yeah,
When you made that documentary talking about the evolution of trade and the opinion,
yeah.
did you predict? I can't remember if you predicted that they would do that or if you kind of left it as an open question.
I did, yeah. So I had the prediction that gold was kind of the answer, and that's what it turned out to be. And that's what Jonathan spoke on in interviews with Scissorin and others, that gold could potentially be that limiting factor that they've been looking for. So yeah, I knew it was potentially coming, but not this soon at
Right.
all.
Yeah. I think the great degree of discourse about it in 01 and 02 really lit a
Yeah,
fire under their butt for it, and they
yeah,
pushed it through because they do have all the bones of it with the trade site. It was
hmm,
just getting it into game, and
yeah,
you know, we talked about it. It's really nice. It's smooth. It's snappy. Everything loads instantly.
yeah.
I actually haven't had any bugs with the actual trade system, which is kind of funny. You'd think there would be
The
some
thing I
finicky
hate about
stuff.
it the most
Oh, what happens to you?
is when you teleport, you lose what you were searching. Like that, you need to be able to bookmark it or something, because
Oh,
there's been times where I've actually like committed and teleported and then backed out. Like I don't really want that one, or it's too expensive, or like it's missing this that I thought it had. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You go back to your hideout to go to that super like crazy search that you had set up, all the filters and everything. It's gone.
I
So
wonder
that like
recent searches.
caused me to start opening.
Like a
I don't
recent
know.
searches function? That'd be kind of cool.
Like adding that? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Something like that, or the ability to. They had a browser, not a bookmark, but a browser like tool for Chrome that allowed you to actually bookmark your trade searches by character. So like, and that was like a PoE 1 thing. I don't know if they
Right.
have it for PoE 2, but I mean, imagine to be able
Yeah.
to like say, you know, I'm making a lightning arrow Deadeye and I want these trades, and you could even like the streamer that's putting out that guide could even give you like a code that imports that trade. You know what I mean? Like there's so much
Oh.
they could do with it, man. And this is just the beginning. So,
I I think that they might see that as going too far. I think like
yeah,
a
yeah,
trade filter almost. That's kind of what it sounds like.
yeah,
Getting a whole trade filter in game. I think recent searches is something that definitely should be in there.
yeah,
I've never experienced that. That does suck if you go in, you back out of the trade,
yeah,
and you lose your entire search. I always go all in, Gav. You know, I see something I want, I
for
grab
sure.
it, I
Yeah.
never back out, or I haven't yet. So that's definitely frustrating. Another thing too with the currency exchange in Path of Exile 1, isn't there like a recently bought or most bought area of the currency exchange? That's not
Yeah,
present in
yeah.
PoE 2.
It is. There's like well, at least there's like at the very top, there's like all and then owned and then popular. I noticed that this league specifically, that there's like a popular
There is a
tag.
popular. Where's the popular
Yeah.
tag? I swear,
Yeah.
dude, because I'm looking for it because I think Omens of Amelioration are usually in the popular tag.
Yeah.
And man, I must just be missing it. My eyes must just be deceiving me, or I'm just not looking properly. But I thought that was missing from PoE 1. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, PoE 2 really needs this feature. Okay, I just need to look
I think
better.
they just named it something different. Yeah. But that's like the
Ah.
default one when you open it up is like, you
Yeah.
know, what the popular searches are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since we're
I've
talking,
used it so much. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's really been a lifesaver. And
Hmm.
I don't know if you have any friends who play, but I have a lot of people who PoE 2 is their first real ARPG. Some of them have played Diablo 4 in the past, but they
Yeah.
never really got into it. Well, with PoE 2, they got really into it, and the most frustrating thing to them as a new player to ARPGs was trade, and the fact that
Yes.
they felt like they needed to trade to progress at some points in their character's journey,
Mhm.
and using the external site was just janky to them. Either because they've never done it before, they refused to do it, they were old and cranky, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
is a godsend to them. It's so easy. It's awesome that it's
100%.
in game. Some of them actually only have single monitors still, which, come on, it's 2025. What are you doing? But
I feel like
regardless,
this has just gotten so many more people involved in trade, like you said. That plus the fact that it's asynchronous and you're able to just go and grab an item from Joe that's offline. You know, that was never something that you had before.
yep.
So it just allows, like, even when the league would be dying like in a month and a half from now, it's not going to feel dead
Yes.
at all.
I think items just lasting until the league literally dies, like GGG
Yeah.
cuts it out, is going
Yeah.
to be huge. It's going to be
Yeah.
big for people who continue playing for a long time. Like you said, you're going to play for another month. I see myself continuing to play for that
Yeah.
long, if not longer. But also people who just pick up the game and start late, right? Because there's going to be
Mhm.
all those residual items that are still there
Yeah.
that nobody picked up because they had already progressed past that point. So I'm sure there will be a lot of triple res like belts that are ready to go
Oh my
with
gosh,
life,
yeah.
you know? So people will actually be able to progress their characters, whereas beforehand, they might get stuck at some point of progression and then just bounce from the game and be pissed because
Yep.
they can't find an upgrade. So
Inflation will exist, of course, still, but
Oh, yeah.
like the access to items and the items that are actually out there are absolutely insane, dude. With the currency that we have now, with the graders and the perfects and the just your ability to roll T1 life, you know, triple res on just about anything you want. Like you could just get that for an exalted orb that you literally drop in Act 2 or, you know, Act 1 even. You know what I mean, as a new player. So that's just the accessibility has never been bigger.
I am a little so two things on that I'd love to get your take on. Well, I'll ask the trade question first and then afterward the crafting one. So with trade, we touched on gold being the friction point to
Yeah.
allow asynchronous and trading in game. I haven't felt that friction at all. I don't know how many players do encounter that friction. Do
I
you
have.
think that grinding gear games will maybe see the data on that and cause gold drops to be nerfed a little bit or increase the cost of gold in the trading house? What do you think about that? Because I'm a little, I don't know. I don't know what my
Potentially.
thoughts are on it, really. I'm
Yeah.
curious what yours are.
So I have felt it, especially because I was respecking a lot. So my gold was sunk,
Okay.
and I literally couldn't make a trade. Like it was like a 50K gold trade that I couldn't make. And so I was behind a lot in the early game personally. So that's just my experience. It just depends honestly on if you're respecking or what you're sinking your gold into. But it does still feel like a limiting factor because,
Yeah.
and I mean, I'm sure that they could tune it up a little bit, but seemingly based on the tiers of mods on the item, the gold cost does go up pretty significantly. Like there's like 70 to 100K gold like items if it's an insane item. So that's a lot for like a bot to go out and farm. You know what I mean? Or a syndicate of bots to go out and farm for a single trade
Yeah.
of an item that's value. It probably won't, go up anymore because the crafting is so absurd. So it's going to be surpassed. So like it could even be like a sink for them. Like they just won't get the value from that item from that trade.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see how much it has been combating the bots, and because that's the intent behind it, right? It's not specifically to limit the player per se. It's more to combat the potential for
that's a good point.
for this access. Yeah,
Really good point.
you don't want to limit the player too much.
Yeah.
Then it feels punishing.
I realized that I mean, in PoE1 I constantly encountered bots. I don't remember any bots in 0-2, but I didn't play that a lot. In 0-1, I definitely traded with a lot of bots. And in this league, I mean, I guess you wouldn't necessarily know anymore with this new trading system. So the impetus is on grinding your games to maybe come out and say, hey, we have noticed a drastic decrease in the number of actual bots participating in the trade economy. I don't know if that's something that they would come out and do necessarily, because they probably want to keep that on the down low a little bit, but it would still be fascinating to see if they ever do come out with that data. It's a good point.
Well, there's also kind of a tangential way that they nerfed like bots and people that cornered markets, because the market's going to settle instantly. If you put an item up that's value isn't what you actually want to sell it for, you can no longer deny that trade. It's going to be sold. Not only that, it's locked to Ange for like an hour. I think it's like an hour lockout before you can do anything with it once you've priced it and put it in there.
Wow.
So you can't like try and manipulate the trade side or anything like that. There's no longer price fixing. Right now there's I think Sir Gog even put a video out on it, but like people are pricing with annuls because they're being undervalued by the trade site right now.
Yep.
So definitely don't get duped by that, because annuls are insanely valuable actually in game.
Right.
But
great point.
Other than that, like there hasn't been any price fixing that I've seen. The items that I'm buying are worth what they're worth, and I'm paying like possibly even undervalued, because if you're able to search well, you're able to find really good deals.
Oh yeah, because people don't know what they're doing when they price items, and I say this as someone who, my brother, he's actually good at pricing items. I was streaming the other day and I found a triple res belt, all 35% plus res, life 110 life or something. I just listed it for 3x, and my brother's whisper, he's sending me this, dude, that's like 2 div, that's 2 div, man, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh dang, because somebody bought it in less than 3 seconds. I was closing the shop, and somebody popped in next to Ange.
I think you have like 30 seconds to like pull it back out before it's locked. Yeah.
I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna know. Like, oh, I got to get better at that. Over time, I will get better at that.
Honestly, man, I use what's it called? Let me see.
Is it Awakened Trade?
Exiled Exchange 2 is like the Awakened Trade for PoE 2. Yeah. I just to see, kind of at a glance, like this has got these stats. What's it, what are people kind of pricing it at? And then I price it within that. And then what I do is every day that I log on, I go to my shop and I'll say what sold. And then I mark everything down. I want it all gone. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it just sitting there.
Yeah.
So it feels like an actual like shop, dude. Like,
right. Yeah. No, that's smart. That's good. Okay. Speaking on just the shop for a second. I've done this with a few people, and I'm curious what you think would be awesome. Ange, okay, cool. Ange, whatever. Not the biggest fan, honestly. Okay.
No.
Shopkeeper MTX. What would be your coolest idea for them to add? Okay, because just think in a new supporter pack, like they'll go in all in on the voice lines, maybe some cool trade effects. What do you think would be an interesting NPC that would be a shopkeeper?
Oh man, I love Rog's voice actor, man. So just having Rog as my guy would be awesome. Like they did Alva dirty though. Like Alva does nothing now. What does Alva do?
That's true. She's just a story character now. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elva, Rog would be a good one. Okay. Trial Master. I mean, he would have some sick taunts, dude. Oh my god. I don't
know which supporter pack it was, but I have him in my hideout and he taunts me every time I use a Chaos Orb or whatever else.
See, that's
it's
good.
So funny.
That's really good.
I love the Trial Master.
I would love if somehow he would know if you're doing what I do and refusing to use third-party apps because you're a purist and you underprice something by like 90%. He would have some taunt going on. That'd be too sophisticated, but I would love
foolish or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really good. I'm watching out. G2G. If I'm scooping up a supporter pack if we can swap out.
There's so much potential, man, that they've unlocked with this. Like, like I said, this is just the baseline, and it's only up from here.
Yeah, it really is. I've actually rarely talked about the trade system with anybody because we've been focusing a lot on just feedback. I feel like because everybody's glazing the new league, but I mean. It's just a win. Like you said, there are a few little things that they could add to it, and they probably will add.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's just been a win. And another thing is there was very little any bugs with it. There wasn't any exploits that I'm aware of, and I think GOG would have reported on them. I watch his videos all the time, but there was nothing. So it went off without a hitch. I bet it's going to be in PoE 1 in 3.27. So
I hope. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, that'd be insane if they were able to sneak it in that quickly too.
Right. Yeah.
Is there anything preventing them? Like, it's the same site, so to speak, like same kind of backbone. I don't know.
I guess they're just.
I'm not an expert on all that.
There's probably just more complexities with some Path of Exile 1 items and modifiers, but beyond that, I think it's pretty much all the same. It's just.
I wonder how standard would go.
I bet there's going to be some. There's going to be some volatility with early game PoE 1 and having it all.
Dude, imagine items that have been sitting in someone's off. No, they would have to actually put it in the shop. Never mind. I was going to say, imagine somebody that's been offline for a while and their shit just goes asynchronous and
right. No, it has to be in the shop.
Yeah.
No, that'll be good. It's very, very exciting. Yeah. I'm excited to see if they do anything with it in 0.4, add any other quality of life, but it's just been a win. So, really enjoying that. Have there been any other aspects of the patch that have stood out to you for good or for ill? Or is the trade the real standout for you?
Crafting. I mean, it feels like a complete game now. It's probably a little bit overpowered, even. I haven't been really partaking in it a ton myself. I know that there's a ton of videos out there. I've been like just blinders this league, dude. Like, just trying to be in my own lane and just play the game and learn for myself. So, but I know that there's videos out there for like +3 amulets. You can guarantee this, guarantee that, and that's cool. That's awesome that's available and able to be done. I do it to a degree with PoE 2DB, the modifiers. I'm constantly looking at that anytime that I'm trying to do any sort of crafting or like, should I exalt this or should I use an essence? You know what I mean? Like there's so many options now.
Yeah, I feel it too. It's good being able to do most of it yourself and just constantly have item upgrades.
SSF would probably be fun now.
Yeah, because stuff drops as well.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I feel it. I'm stacking up all the currency. I have a lot of perfects. I have a bunch of abyssal omens and everything. It's really great. I think that a lot of people have been talking about how OP it is, and it is powerful. But I think if and when Abyss is added into the core game with 0.4, I think it will start to balance itself out because Abyss will then not be every map. It'll be rarer, and those omens will be a little bit rare. I don't know, though. Like, what will happen? Because Desecration is such a powerful tool, and it's also exciting. I love going there and getting the little the little unveiling. Like, it's good. And I actually don't do it as often as I thought. It's literally unveiling. It is.
It reminds me of June so much, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I hope they just continue to expand crafting and they don't make it super unavailable or bring down the power levels massively. I I haven't looked at the player numbers for a while, but I know
I haven't either.
one of the big things that I know that they were always afraid of was giving players the power to make super powerful items too quickly in a league would cause players to fall off. I I don't think that's happened with this league. So
That'd be an interesting trend to look at.
right? Have you got that urge at all?
Yeah.
Like, or are you kind of
No.
emboldened to just keep making better and better stuff?
Well, I feel like the longevity's extended. Like I feel like I can actually go and play another character and have access to all of those items or the ability to craft them myself on my current character to then, go and play my ult. That's what I used to do in PoE 1. I would make that, initial leveling / league starter, get to end game, do everything you can, finish your atlas, craft items for my next character because crafting's fun, and then it feels more personal than trading. But you're trading for currency rather than the item itself.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, it'll be super interesting to see what happens there. Be on the lookout for 04, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I have a little bit of a few left field questions for you, Gav. The audience might be like, what the heck is going on? Okay, so before 03 dropped, you got super into World of Warcraft again, a game which I have never played, Gav. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was just curious. Both game. I mean, Path of Exile 2 hasn't been around for a long time, but the devs have been developing it essentially for quite some time. So I was just curious, looking at those two games, do you see any similarities between their development? Because you also do deep dive documentaries into game development studios. So I'm curious, do you notice anything that's like similar between World of Warcraft and Path of Exile 2 at all?
It's funny because this is literally a video topic in and of itself, honestly. The similarities between MMOs and their kind of seasonality and ARPGs. Because especially in WoW, I don't know how it is in other MMOs, but in WoW, basically every season your gear is reset. Like the power level of that gear is kind of,
what?
abysmal compared to the new gear that you're able to acquire. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how WoW works? Really?
Yep. So you're not like a weakling when the new patch comes out, right? You still have your gear from the past patch. But the item level of the gear that you're wearing, even if you were doing like heroic and mythic level raids, which is like among the highest, it is the highest. Your gear item level would be like within 5 to 10 item levels of the new stuff that's coming out at the bottom difficulty, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Right, because it's resetting that item level threshold to go higher. So it's kind of infinitely scaling.
Okay.
So yeah, because the gear chase is the game, so to speak, at least for the PvE aspect of it. So you always want to have gear to chase. So the new stuff in the new raid and in the new dungeons and stuff is always going to be higher item level in the new seasons.
Okay, so your character's the same, but you constantly are getting new levels of gear every single season with it. And it's not even every new expansion. It's there's seasons and expansions.
No. Yeah. So there's actual seasons, and that's what they call them is a season.
What?
Yeah. And so right now there's like a certain set of dungeons within the dungeon pool for Mythic Plus. That's like the infinitely scaling difficulty of dungeons that you can do. And then there's a new raid that comes out every tier generally, which is every season. And it's like every 6 months. It's not like as quickly as GGG can pump out content, obviously.
Right.
But it's still a season, and that's literally what they call it. So there's we're on the 3rd season right now of the War Within.
Okay.
And they won't be doing a 4th. They'll be going into their next expansion, season 1 of their next expansion after this. So with that new expansion, your gear is then invalidated as well because there's going to be completely new stuff to go and get.
How does that? Okay, so I've only played.
It feels like an ARPG, right? And just explaining it sounds like an ARPG,
it really
and
does.
that's yeah.
How long have they been doing this? Is this something that's been happening for a long time? Because I always thought the draw of MMOs. The only MMOs I've played haven't really done that. Like Guild Wars 2 was my main. I played that for a long time, and it doesn't have new tiers of gear. It did like once back in 2012, and it was a huge fiasco when it happened. Yeah. But I thought the draw of an MMO was having that one character and kind of just, I guess, always progressing. But I guess it makes sense. Used to be.
used to
So
be. Yeah.
this is like a new thing
This
that
is the
happened?
evolution. I mean, this is just WoW has always been kind of the thought leader of this genre because everyone's tried to copy WoW's success. So they kind of have just set the bar of where it's gone, at least for their game. Like I said, I don't know how it is for other MMOs right now that are popular, but
Has it
yeah,
ever
that's the
reset? I'm curious
seasonality.
now because it's been out since 2004. Has it just been scaling upward infinitely? I've watched some like Mad Season show videos about WoW, but
Yeah.
I guess he's never touched on that top. Any of the videos I've watched have
Yeah,
touched on
at
it.
points you're doing millions of damage, and then they do a stat squish so that instead of like, plus 50,000 stamina on an item, it's plus 50 again. You know what I mean? But they also then scale all of the monsters down, everything down to that level as well so that they can scale it back up. They did that last in shit,
That's okay.
BFA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. How do players react to that? Do they feel like slighted when all the numbers go down? Because that's always the big speculation. It's like, oh, if you decrease the numbers, I know this has happened in like Diablo and everything.
Yeah.
You decrease the numbers,
Yeah,
all
no,
their players are gonna
it
feel
feels
bad.
bad generally. Yeah, no, yeah, until you're actually like getting the gear level of the like new expansion and of the new stuff that they're creating, it does kind of feel bad in that transitionary period for some expansions. Yeah, it just depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't actually know that. I thought that the game kind of just kept expanding with expansions. I didn't know there were like resets and seasons, and
so
you
like
get new tiers
early
of power
on,
and everything.
like super early on, like the item level like I don't even know if they called them item level back then, but like the difference was like maybe 2 to 3 item levels between raid tiers. So like you could still have like the first tier of gear and be doing the third tier raid or whatever with your guild and still feel like you're contributing. You're not too behind. And now, but the threshold has grown so large that it's like 15 to 30 plus item level differences between different difficulties and things like that. So yeah, it's just out of control. I don't know how they can. Yeah, I honestly don't know how they can rein it in beyond continuing to stat squish at this point. But
interesting. Okay, so speaking on all this and playing a lot of WoW in the past about 4 to 5 months, is there anything from WoW that you think could be pulled into Path of Exile 2 for the positive? I know they're very different games. MMOs are fundamentally different from how ARPGs are played. But is there anything that you've noticed that PoE 2 could steal from modern day WoW? Because I think you're playing modern day WoW, right? You're not doing like classic.
Yeah, I'm playing retail right now.
Retail?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've played WoW literally since 2004, but I've just returned for the past like 5 months. But yeah, just to set the story straight, I'm more of a nerd than you think, Try. But no, sorry, what was your question?
Oh,
man?
Anything that like you would like or think would be good to pull from WoW into PoE 2? Like
not
I don't know
directly.
Any system or nothing directly. I'm just curious.
Not directly.
It's such a big game.
I do. Yeah. It's more like group play. So you don't really want to force group play in an ARPG, so to speak. But I would like sort of an infinitely scaling system in PoE 2, like for bosses specifically.
Okay, and that happens
like some
in
sort
WoW.
of.
That's in WoW with the heroic dungeons, you said?
They had a system in Shadowlands that everyone hated, but it could have been adapted to an ARPG or something like it, which was a tower called Path of Exile.
Okay.
And like you literally climbed it, and as you climbed it, everything got more and more difficult, and you were making your way to bosses, like with each floor that you climbed.
Got it.
And so it was more and more rewarding the further you could climb and things like that, obviously.
Okay.
But just something like that, just they need something other than Atlas. The Atlas, man, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Oh, you're not a fan of the Atlas still. The Infinity Atlas, not feeling too great because it doesn't feel like you're climbing constantly. Feels like you're kind of just moving horizontally. Yeah, right. It's just off in every direction.
Yeah. Like there's no set direction, right? You can literally go 360 degrees wherever you want. Like it doesn't matter. And you want to get further away from the center. That's the general theory, right? So you just want to continue in a straight line generally, but it doesn't feel like it matters. I still haven't found citadels, and I'm traveling in a straight line.
That's crap, man. That needs to be
Yeah.
changed. Citadels need
Yeah.
to either deterministically
So
spawn.
here's my progress,
Oh,
man. I'm 94,
okay.
level 94. I'm tier 2, working on tier 3 of literally all of my leagues. So all my league mechanics, so ritual, delirium, all that stuff. Working on the like last tier of the boss of all of those.
Hmm.
Haven't found any citadels.
That's insane. That
Like
that can't be right.
I'm mapping.
And you're
I don't
moving
get it.
out. You're not just staying in
yeah.
a little circle at the
Yeah.
beginning?
Yeah. No, I've been doing tier 15s for a while now. Like I'm level 94. Like that's
Yeah.
not, that's not nothing.
No, not at all. Last night Jazarus made a very apt metaphor to do with Sydney Sweeney and Scarlett Johansson.
my gosh.
Right, for PvP 2
Yeah.
game. I think it does apply, right? Especially in this
Yes.
scenario, right? Because the Arbiter of Ash, that is the big payoff. Fighting those 3 uber act bosses, that's what you really want to aim for. And you've been playing for a wild amount of time, honestly. Like, imagine someone who only plays like 30 minutes, 2 days a week or something. They're never, like, they might never find that if they get your seed.
No.
Right? If they get that Atlas seed, they're screwed. So I'm come on. They gotta change
need a
that.
little bit of determinism. I like what they've done with those. So as I've been doing all of those bosses, because I didn't really like care about the Atlas progression. Like I'm 40 out of 40 points on my Atlas tree as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really care about all the leagues before. In past leagues, I was just kind of like testing everything. You know what I mean? Like not really going too hard on the end game because it's just kind of a drag. But this league, I'm really like trying to like kill Arbiter, kill everything with this character that I've created, and I feel like I'm being punished almost. Like what's happening? But what I love is the fragments that they've done with all of those others. Like you earn the splinters or the fragments, and you have to get 50 for tier 1, 100 for tier 2, and 150 for tier 3. Right. But you're earning them as you're doing that content. That feels good. Right, they need something like that with Citadel fragments or something.
Yeah, the progression on that has felt good. The new end game boss maps, those are pretty cool, and they're actually pretty common. It's just that Citadel front that is...
They're kind of annoying in the way that, like, until you do a map, you don't really know if you're unlocking it or not. Right. I don't like that per se. You should kind of know to target which one you want to target.
They do that with
should be a little bit less
Mist,
RNG.
Right? They do that with the Mansion in the Mist with little sparkles. Yes. But the other ones, they're like, well, you just...
There's another one that's like a Karui that you have to like finish one nearby for it to spawn at the end of your map, So like you don't know which one it's going to spawn. It's just one nearby. So that's, that's a little annoying. But other than that, I love those maps. Those maps are fantastic. The bosses are cool. Yeah.
0.4. They've coined this as the end game address patch, okay? What do you think they're going to do? Do you think it's going to be a total apocalypse, or do you think they're going to try to reformat this Infinite Atlas idea into something that more people are enjoying?
I've heard it said before, I don't know by whom, but I've agreed since literally 0.1 with towers and tablets, they need to just go back to scarabs. Scarabs were the solution in PoE 1. Like they're targeted content. They drop, they feel great when they drop, like they already have a tab for it in PoE 1 that they can bring over to PoE 2. So yeah, it's scarabs would be the way, in my opinion. Get rid of towers. Towers just take you out of the gameplay loop. Like I feel like my flow state is completely lost when I have to do a tower.
Right. Okay.
I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, I just have a
like
problem.
They kind of feel like another map now with like, since like they have content in them and stuff, but
right. My big thing is, and Scarabs would help solve this, is just not being able to do cool content in the maps that I'm running. Having to do it doesn't even have to be a tower. It might just be okay, I literally have to do 4 maps before I can get to that Abyss map or that Breach map, right? That feels bad. And for people who haven't played Path of Exile 1, Scarabs in that game are a system where, we have 4 little map slots and we put 1 waystone in and there's 3 remaining. Well, Scarabs allow you to add content to your map. So you would have a Scarab that would put a Breach in your map, or a Scarab that would put an Expedition with a special modifier to it in your map, stuff like that. So giving you more control. What they've tried here is many levels of randomness, okay? Even the towers, which are supposed to help you determine the content you're running, are still very random. I want more control. I think that's more fun. We've seen it with crafting. We've seen it with the trade. I really think that having a little bit more control is just going to be a big win for the end game and will keep people
Yeah.
hooked longer. So
Yeah, people want agency nowadays. I mean, your time is money, like literally. So
right.
like when you're choosing to spend it in this particular game, like you don't want to feel like your time is being intentionally wasted. They do so many things right in the opposite regard in terms of like not wasting your time and actually making it a lot more efficient and actually well deserved
and fun
than it used to be.
and fun, right? Because here's another like example that's happened with me recently. You know, you run one of those maps, okay? It's got a breach, an expedition, an abyss on it, and you juiced it to the max, right? Okay, well, you got one portal on it, you die, you lose that map. Okay, the next map with all that stuff on it is 5 maps away. With scarabs or with more agency, you could either, you know, collect a whole bunch yourself and then go on a spree, or you can be like, okay, dang, I lost that map, but hey, I can go purchase these scarabs and I can try it again, instead of literally having to run another 5-6 maps to get what you want to do. So
if they do that, they could still keep the Atlas, right? Like how it is, like scaled back, beautiful landscapes, like actual like randomized, you know, dots, you know, connected dots.
Right.
But allow you to use the map as the currency and scarabs to manipulate the leagues on that actual map, like the content on that map. Right. Rather than it being random, you're clicking on that node, it's Savannah or whatever. You're putting in your tier 15 map and 3+ currency or whatever you want to spend on it to buff it with the content you want, and that's it.
Yeah, and you know, I see some people a little skeptical about this. You also don't always have to have scarabs. There's also the degree of randomness where you could enter the map and it could have a breach, or it could already have an expedition. To spawn this content, you don't need to have the associated scarab. So you'd add back the excitement to actually opening up a map, okay? Because that's one of the other big things that Jonathan touched on when I spoke to him. He realizes this. Seeing what's in the map beforehand causes that experience to lose a lot of its mystique, right? And
that's
players feel that, right? It's so much fun when you go into a map in other games and you're just bombarded by all these different encounters that you didn't expect, and it contributes to that one more map feeling, right? Because I'll tell my wife,
every map has something too, right?
Yeah.
Every map has something, at least one additional league mechanic in PoE1, right?
Right. Yep.
At least it felt like that way. I haven't played in several leagues now.
There's
for
so
PoE1,
many.
But
there's so many league mechanics. I mean, it's almost guaranteed to happen.
So maybe that's why.
Right?
Maybe that's why, because there's such a large pool. Yeah.
Because there's like an 8% chance for all these different league mechanics to spawn. You're bound to get one, if not 2 or 3. So
that makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah, there shouldn't be an empty map. Like there shouldn't be a map with nothing in it, or a node with nothing on it. That feels so bad.
Hard to agree.
That feels so bad.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to what they cook up for December. I think they have diagnosed the problem for a lot of players.
I think so too.
I have seen people express that they don't want a carbon copy of PoE1. Totally understand and agree with that. I think they will try something different for PoE2. I don't think they're just going to copy paste or, you know, even just, you know, cut it and alter it a little bit. I think they will try something different. It just won't be in its current form, and I bet it will be a hit. I'm excited. They have a little bit more time.
It's already so different from PoE1, in my opinion. I mean, like in so many good ways, bad ways too, I'm sure, but more good ways than bad for me, at least. Like it feels like such a finished and complete game to be in early access. Like, and it feels like every addition that they're adding is just another league, just another season that we'd be playing if PoE2 was already launched. You know what I mean? So they've really crushed that aspect, going for that feel of it being a complete game already.
Speaking of it being a complete game, okay, we have 04 coming in December. Next year, probably going to be full release. A lot of people are expecting them to add a new class in December in addition to the actual end game, and a lot of people think it's the Druid. I'm curious though, because we've speculated so much on that, okay, what do you think would be a curveball from Grinding Gear Games to drop in the game in December this year, okay? Do you have anything in mind?
Maybe 2 classes?
That's too crazy though, bro. What class do you think it would be? Which one do you think is close to being done?
As a personal choice, I would have to say Shadow. So Yeah. Actually, what I'm doing right now with my Witch Hunter is using Spearfield for my clear, and it feels like a trap because it has that slight delay when you put it down, and then they walk over it, and then the whole screen explodes.
Right.
So I'm already getting that feeling, and I can't wait for traps.
There's a bunch of trap supports in the game, a bunch of
Yeah.
traps as weapons in the game too. So my brother the other day was talking about that. I guess he stumbled upon it in PoE2DB, and he was like, "Oh man, it's not going to be the druid. It's going to be the shadow."
Heck yeah.
I had to jump,
No,
almost
it's gotta
jump
be
at him
both.
through the street.
I'm saying both.
You think both? Two
Yep.
classes would be crazy, man. It would be so crazy. But you know,
It's gonna be like their end of year release, right? They always go out with a bang. So
they have. I would love to see it. You know, maybe they'll do the
yeah.
new yearly supporter
I think
pack
Trey
too.
took a ton of their time this league. Honestly.
Think so?
Yeah.
Probably a lot of testing and stuff like
Yeah.
that, implementing the full scale of it. I think Abyss 2 is another one.
Mhm.
Even though it's again from PoE1, it seems like it has a lot of depth to it. No pun intended. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah,
Some
right.
abyssal depth to it.
No, I really love that. I was surprised too. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did. That's another topic that we could touch on just briefly here, Gav, as we're approaching the hour mark. Abyss has introduced, in my opinion, even crazier number of monsters to the game than we see a lot of the time in Path of Exile 1. How does that make you feel? Because I'm surprised what it's awakened inside of me as I played Path of Exile 2.
So I'm using the constricted command helmet because I'm always surrounded. Like, you don't even need the 5 mod on that helmet, dude. You always have like literally 5+ monsters around you to get the benefits. I have a 4 mod on it right now because you always have at least one monster, right? I can't afford the 5 yet. I've spent too much money on other things, but yeah. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I think I'm enjoying it. I thought I wasn't going to after it started overwhelmingly, but as my character grew in power, as we neared the end game, getting to the end of the interludes, man, I came to just enjoy popping the packs of this monster.
The whole screen explodes with my build, so it doesn't matter too much. Like, it feels great, but yeah, I could imagine being overwhelmed as a caster or some other build that's not clearing the screen immediately.
I think I'm more and more getting I'm getting okay with the idea that the meaningful combat slowly fades as you get closer to the end of the game, and it happens with some bosses, hopefully more bosses in the future. I'm really hoping once they get the full game out, we get a lot more end game only bosses, because right now it's Arbiter. That's the only end game specific boss. I hope we get a repertoire of those. We get some Maven type stuff in there. Where you get those meaningful combat fights again, because once you get to a certain point in your character's power, it almost disappears entirely. And for myself, you know, I'm maybe 30-second fights, 1 minute long fights about right now. There are lots of characters with a lot less investment that are almost insta-giving bosses too. So
yeah, there's certainly a balance issue. Like, that's something they need to get right. But personally, I don't want them to focus too much on that. I'd rather them just get everything out right now, because internally they're not going to be able to test as much and as efficiently as we can. And this is still early access. Like, there needs to be some room for testing. They need to just get stuff out. But I do like that they've gone actual date first. Like, they're going for the date first rather than the content that they wanted to get done. They're revisiting their roots and going back to how it was. So that's great. I really want to see the PoE1 League come out on time, and we're back, man.
End of October, that's the plan right now. So if that hits, December hits for the next PoE2 League, and then we're getting the next PoE1 League in what, March or something? Or March. Yeah, I mean, that'll be awesome. So I really hope that happens for the entire Path of Exile community. It's going to be in a much better place after the snafu that occurred earlier this year, unfortunately.
What did you think about the actual launch of this league?
So I thought it went extremely well in terms of just connectivity. I've had lots of crashes, and my performance has been worse. But it wasn't server issues or anything. It was literally just render crashes on my end. So I had the infinite grinding gears, and then my minimap would reset. Everything would just turn black, and I'd sometimes get killed by monsters and stuff. Like, my game wouldn't pause. But connectivity wise, it was awesome, especially given like the huge volume of new free-to-play players and all that. So I think they've remedied a lot of those issues. Unfortunately, it seems they've introduced a bunch more crashes and performance issues with the new renderer in the game. How was your launch? Was it good?
Solid, man. I haven't had any issues, not even like performance issues with Abyss. I know. I feel so bad because I have heard so many people have problems.
What?
And that was me in past leagues, like disconnects and everything. But I just feel like I have my settings like just right now. I'm actually underclocking my CPU for both WoW and this game because I've got like the next gen one that's kind of screwed right now, the Intel.
Well, you're lucky, man. You're lucky because I'm smooth as butter in 0102. This league though, man, it's still happening. So I even downloaded all of my crash logs and everything and sent them to Grinding Gear Games because one of them watched my video and they were like, oh my god, dude, you know, we can't like prioritize your fix, but you can add your list to the pile or your thing to the pile, and hopefully we can help fix, you know, all the crashes about the board. So I was like, all right, you know what? I will do that. Here we go. Back to you? Yeah, add it to the stack, guys. Add it to the stack. So hopefully it'll be fixed with 404 because I think that's going to be a giga patch, and a lot of people are going to. Is it still happening
right now to you? Like off and on?
Yeah, I died last night in an ultra juiced map to it. I like I crashed, and usually I can press escape and the game will pause. But it didn't pause, and I was in the middle of a breach, and I was crashing out, and then I saw my HP dropping, and I was like, no, and I got swarmed and died. It was really sad. I didn't rage quit though, and I only said GGG bad. I didn't go any further than that. All I said. So
you didn't go full route 2.
I didn't go full route 2. No, never go full route 2. It doesn't happen on my stream.
Oh man.
Okay. So, Gav, I'm also curious because a lot of people here have watched your documentaries. They think you're the best voice in the Path of Exile community as a whole. What? I know you're working. I've seen it multiple times in the chat. I know you're working on your next doc. You've been putting a lot of effort into it. Any sneak peek here for the people in the live chat or watching the VOD for what you're working on next?
Yeah, so I'm pivoting away from PoE 2 a little bit. I'm still going to be obviously as big of a part of the community as I can be, but I'm not a streamer. I'm not really like a build creator guy. I just play the game a ton and then go back to my family, man. Yeah. So my next video is going to be about player housing in MMOs and the history and evolution of that, all the way from Ultima Online to Midnight, WoW Midnight coming out. That's going to be actually implementing player housing in World of Warcraft.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, excuse me. I thought WoW were the pioneers. They don't have player housing?
No. Nope.
Okay.
20 plus years. I know.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
21 years been out?
Yeah, and housing really hasn't been innovated on too much in general in MMOs. So yeah, it's kind of been an interesting documentary to research. And then to see the modernization of it with WoW. And there's also another game coming out, another MMO called Stars Reach. That's going to have a ton of like simulated like housing and like governments and things like that in space.
Oh crap.
And yeah, and it's made by Raph Koster, one of the main guys that actually started Ultima Online and Star Wars Galaxies and stuff like that. So the way that it's pieced together has been super interesting, and I'm really excited to get the video out hopefully this week.
That's very cool. Okay, I have no exposure to that. I will definitely be popping in and watching that. That sounds super
awesome,
cool. Man. So yeah, that's
those are the kinds of stories and videos that I want to tell, man. Just anything in gaming that interests me, and anything that's cool that hasn't really been told much, because that's what I've done. Yeah, and it's brought me here. It's brought me to meet Bex, Chris Wilson, Brian Weissman. Like, dude, yeah, it's unbelievable. So
emailing back and forth with Chris Wilson is quite the experience, isn't it, man?
Yeah, we're friends on Discord now.
I know.
Huge.
It's wild. It's wild. His profile picture is it a Diablo 2 item? Is that what it is?
I don't know. Whatever that ring is.
Yeah, like, maybe it's a magic card.
Is that the Ring of Jordan, or
I don't know.
Oh, it might be a magic card.
It might be a magic card.
Knowing him, it's probably a magic card.
Yeah, it's possible.
But
so
it's just crazy, man.
It is wild, the journey that you could go on. Just you decide to put some effort into a video, post it.
Yeah.
It gets a couple views, you keep pushing, and then you're here a few years later. So that's exactly what happened with you, man. It's awesome. In your first video,
Absolutely wild.
EHG noticed it.
Yeah.
I still remember that because I released a similar
Judd
video.
commented on my very first video.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think I made a
Absolutely
similar one
blew
like
me
2
away.
days before or 2 days after.
I showed my wife and I was like almost in tears, man. I was like, what the, like, what is going on? Like,
amazing.
Yeah. And he was one of my first subscribers. Like, just,
Awesome.
yeah. It's unfathomable. So I'm going to keep doing it until people stop watching my shit.
Heck yeah. And we do not want that to stop happening, everybody. Gavryn is a repeat guest here on the Still Sane podcast. So make sure, if you haven't already, go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Link will be in the description below on this VOD, and I'll post it in the live chat in just a few moments. Gavryn, did you have anything else you wanted to chat about before we hop off the pod for the day?
Just thanks for having me, man. Thanks so much. Thanks, chat.
Of course. Thank you so much, Gav. Have a wonderful night. Guys, if you haven't liked the video already, why haven't you liked the video? Like it right now, either the live stream or the VOD. Appreciate the support, you guys, and we'll see Gav again, probably with 04 or 05, to talk about the Druid. Have a good night, everybody.
Later, man. Later, guys.
All right. Thanks, Gav. Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me, as always. You going to get back to the SORC?
Yes, I'm going to try to progress the SORC a little bit. My wife is here. Pee-wee too. No, she's not. Playing Pee-wee too. How could you? Yeah, I'm going to try to progress the SORC a little bit, probably, dude. Yeah.
All right, man.
That was fun. All right. Well,
Enjoy.
you have a good night,
I'm gonna
man.
hop back on the mark. You too, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you later, Gav. Bye-bye.
See you, dude.
All right, chat. You guys enjoy that? WL? I always reprimand people who say L, so you're not allowed to actually say that. That's a fake question. I don't think I've ever had anyone say L except for my podcast with Lighty. I don't know if anybody remembers, but I did a podcast with Lighty. It was my first post Path of Exile 2 launch weekend podcast. And Lighty is a massive, even though I love Lighty, okay? He is a massive Path of Exile 2 hater. He hated the game, and there were so many L's in the chat after the Lighty pod. Oh, that was a fun conversation. So I have only one chat that I would rate as an L, so don't worry, guys. You didn't know Gavryn before, but he's a cool dude. Yeah, Gavryn's awesome. Definitely check out his content. He does a lot of like documentaries / essays on a wide variety of topics, especially now. Mostly before it focused on Path of Exile 2, Path of Exile 1, and Last Epoch. But he's expanding out into some different forays. All right, you guys. You see, I have a message here. Oh, from Gav. Yep. Always fun, bro. Indeed it is. All right. Let us see, everybody. We are going to keep progressing. Wait a second. Did Quinn seriously do this?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Didn't Crip post this video today? Didn't Crip post this video like 3 hours ago? And Quinn had a react up with the same video title as Crip's video up an hour ago. Posted 10 hours ago. Okay. Still. Quinn. Dude. Bro. Quinn, man. Oh wow, look at the top comment. Leeching and uploading Kriparian's video only 9 hours after it was released is some serious tomfoolery. I mean, it's the same video title. Oh my god, is it the same thumbnail too? It's basically the same thumbnail. Man. Yeah, you got a fan for life after watching the Jazz podcast? Yeah, man, that podcast was incredible. Oh, Natalie, I have to send you the clip. Do you want to watch the clip right now? Jazzer's podcast that everybody freaking out about. Here, I'm gonna get the clip up for my wife. Do you want to come on stream and watch it, Matt? She's ignoring me. You want to watch it? You want to come? Here's the clip. Here you go, Matt. You can just watch the first 2 minutes. You don't need to watch the full 4 minutes. All right. All right, you guys. I can't believe this. Quinn, my man. That is crazy, dude. That is crazy. Okay. Into Path of Exile 2 we go. I need to watch my wife's reaction. Okay, here we go. No, wait until... Oh God. No, she doesn't want to be on camera, guys. Sorry. Oh, I mean, it's glorious though. I mean, this clip is just... This is just insane. Freaking Jazzerus. Oh my God. I mean, that clip of acting out what is happening with the beast and at Zeri is just... Natalie, you know what the beast is, right? Beast is the thing that we're following, the massive thing that we're following. Uh-oh, guys. We're lagging. We were lagging. Oh, still lagging. No, it was not too unhinged, Jazzerus. It was beautiful. Next time you come on, Jazz, we're doing a whole lore segment. Don't you worry, my man. It was beautiful. I'm gonna have some lore specific questions for you. Don't worry about it. Incredible. Look at that lag. Do I need to relog? I might need to relog. Oh, we're doing a lore pod. Maybe we could get Jazzerus on with Kitten Cat Noodle. Oh, that would be insane. That would be insane. Oh my God. Officially R-rated just like we wanted. Nah, I'm usually pretty tame, you guys. But if my guest likes to, you know, swear or whatever, I don't care. I just don't usually swear in my videos. So, but if my guest uses profanity, I don't care. I told Jazzerus asked me. He was very polite. He said, if you don't want me to swear, dude, just let me know. I don't care. You can swear. Not a problem, bro. Not a problem at all. All right, let's go fight this girl. Okay, so clearing is pretty good with the SORC, right? Look at this lag. Oh yes, Steel Mage. Steel Mage, the lore master, I forgot. Very good point. Someone's got to get me out of my shell. I'm not in a shell. I'm not in a shell at all. I'm just like sheltered. But I'm not in a shell. Saying I'm in a shell is crazy, bro. I am definitely not in a shell. And no, I'm not getting super defensive, okay? That doesn't mean I'm in a shell because I'm getting defensive. I don't live under a rock. I am very well informed. I will have you know. Very well informed. Alright, where are you? Wait, where is he? Where is he? There he is. Oh boy. This is a very dangerous boss. I think this might be one of the most dangerous bosses in Path of Exile 2's campaign, honestly. Especially at this level. Oh, they didn't change that mechanic. Cool. I just didn't encounter it the last time. Because I was too, I killed him too fast. Hollow Palm annihilated this guy. Gathun! Ball is a female? Crap. Crap. Please don't kill me, guys. My mistake. Please. Please. I seriously mean no harm. Don't kill me, guys. No, 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 guys. Please. Please. Not over this. Game will. Try just because I suck at building PoE 2 doesn't mean Crossbow Permablast isn't the next ice build Deadeye with high damage. We just need someone smarter here to make a video. That's not me, bro. Balbala's a Jhin. That is a good point. Very good point. Ooh, we got an Abyss. Let's go. Let's Abyss it up. Yeah, so my boss damage, so my single target is really where I'm suffering, guys, right? So I'm wondering, is there a better way to do single target damage with ice spells? Or are ice spells just not the best single target spells in the game? Or maybe I just need a different breakdown of ice spells. Cold could never bother me anyway. Very good. Anybody I know playing? My brother is playing. He's still level 92. He must be dying a lot. I'm level 92. He's been playing with Frost Darts and Infusions on chilled enemies do a lot of damage. Ooh, I haven't tried Frost Darts. I wonder how those feel. I will hold them back while you open the gate. Don't worry. Comet, Ice Wall. Come to the dark side, we have comets. Come on, bro. You know I'd never play comets. Yeah, my clear feels pretty good, you guys. It's just my single target that is definitely lacking. Which will definitely feel bad against the bosses compared to the other characters that I played, right? Because you guys remember, my monk absolutely obliterated bosses for the most part. I mean, I say obliterated. It wasn't complete annihilation, but it felt like it to me. This is feeling pretty close to complete annihilation for packs. Get Frostbomb too. Oh, I've got Frostbomb. I've been using it. You never open the third gates, yet the caravan makes it through the Herlani gates. Does it make it through at the end of the day, or do we have to like go around? Don't we have to go a different way because of the sandstorm, or am I crazy? Nothing good from the impaled corpses. I should have left them hanging there. Oh, somebody just said that, Jazarus. Is that a giga plot hole, you guys, that I've never noticed? No way. I just did a huge loop-de-loop, by the way. That's what I get for reading chat. Silly me. Excellent point, Jazz. The spark, the ice spark, does feel very strong. Another thing for good damage is overabundance on Frostbomb and Spell Echo for double exposure buildup and 2 infusions per cast. That sounds awesome. Overabundance. Okay. What is the cooldown on that? 4 seconds on snap. A pretty long cooldown. Oh, by the way, I can get that. Oh. That was dangerous. Oh boy, that almost got me, guys. Ooh, we want that. Oh, it freezes me. Almost got me. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Don't worry about it. Nice Chaos Orb, nice Exalted Orb. I gotta craft some stuff. I haven't crafted anything. I also haven't got any Abyssal... I haven't got any bones. You guys notice that? No bones on this character. Very sad. I was getting lots of bones on my monk. No bones on the character that really needs bones. Okay, Comet for Giga single target. Call it the Snowblower. Oh shoot, I wasn't looking. Not the worst damage, I don't think. Especially once I get some like better single target stuff. But you do have to press a lot more buttons, right? You definitely have to press a lot more. Like look. I'm pressing so many buttons and I'm missing buttons. All right. Taking down. Whoa. Hey now. Hey now. All right. Still doing the podcast tonight. We already did it, you guys. Sorry. The YouTube. It's hard to change the YouTube stuff while I'm still streaming. We did it with Gab. The VOD will be posted after I end streaming. Once I get Ice Wall, my boss damage goes up by like 10x. You think this is how long boss fights should be? I agree, Rick. I agree. I think they should be more dangerous too. I 100% agree with you, bro. Will they go in that direction though? That's the whole thing. Or are they going to leave SORC or spells, more accurately, behind other skills and archetypes? But I agree with you. I think that should be the length of fights. I think that'd be awesome. But if we're being honest with ourselves, that's currently not how things are balanced, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, I would agree that I like that length of fight. But I'm also honest about the fact that that is definitely not how it went for my other characters. Not even close. Okay, so I can't even use that skill gem yet. Okay. Ember Fusillade, Frost Darts. 6 to 9 cold damage? That seems totally terrible. But... okay. Balbala. Go to you again, Zarka. Got anything good? Fire skill, +3 to fire. Fire. Oh, man. If only I was running fire skills, you guys. Man, that would have been great. Oh, wow. We don't have an amulet yet, so I'm actually going to buy this. And I'm gonna regal it. That's my only regal. Wow, look at that. We get rewarded for vision crafting. Heck yeah. Okay. When chilled and infused, frost darts hit like 9 times per cat. Oh. Oh. People would complain if all boss fights take 30+ seconds. Man, I think I have opinions, right? I think boss fights should be boss fights. Okay, where are we gonna go? Let's go here. Yeah, this is new SSF. Yep. I'm playing Ice Sorc. I'm just making something of my own creation. Having a good time. Yeah, oh, Big Eyes, bro. Of course people will complain. And the thing is, the boss fight has to be exciting too, because the boss can't be a pushover, right? Because if it's boring, right? If the boss doesn't do enough damage, then it will just be a very boring fight, right? So it's a very fine line, you know? Okay, I should find the Well of Souls here. That was a tanky boy. One day I'm gonna carry us weaves and maps. Oh, well, I already do it. My monk is so strong I could carry people in maps. This Sorc though, I don't know. We'll see. I'm a little skeptical about how powerful I'm gonna be on this Sorc. You know what? If wisps were better. Is there a baby crying? Chloe crying? Huh? Oh, okay. That's fine. I know. I was just... didn't know if she was crying or I was going crazy. Oh, boy. Somebody is very tanky here. I'm doing a lot of damage. Kinda worth it. So what you're saying is someone like myself who plays hardcore needs to further over-prepare to shorten the fight? Ugh. I mean, I don't know, man. I guess. Some people play the game to kill bosses in 1 second. I say that's cool and all, but I think the bosses should also be fights. I think that's why they put so much work into the boss fights, because they wanted people to engage with them, and if you're able to just completely trivialize all the boss fights, well, that takes away a really big part of the game, you know? And for example, on my monk, right? And you know, a lot of it is skill too, right? You come down, you understand the mechanics and everything, but that's also cool because it means you master things. With my monk, right? I knew all the boss fights in Acts 1, 2, 3. So yeah, maybe I trivialized them with knowledge, but I also could realize that it was also damage. I was just ripping through everything, so I didn't even see mechanics a lot of the time. And you know what? It was even more evident in Act 4, wherein I didn't know the boss fights, and I was still ripping through stuff without seeing mechanics of some of the bosses, or engaging with mechanics of some of the bosses. Or the bosses were strong enough, and I felt like I was just kind of annihilating them. Right? I could just face tank their abilities and not even dodge. So it's all a fine line, you know? It doesn't have to be all in one direction or anything. So, could you turn off the light, sweetheart? Thank you. The most fun I have during the campaign is when I learn the boss fight. Yeah. That's super fun. That's the most fun I had in like PoE 1, learning the pinnacle bosses. This is a rough area because I can't get all the monsters all spawned on top of each other. So I can't do a Giga Nova into a snap. Because they're all spawning around this. Now this would suck if Abyss monsters came out of a hole this big. That would really suck. Got him. Hopefully that's an upgrade. What do I think of Diablo Immortal style PvP, PvE? Or a WoW style PvP in PoE 2? Well, I barely know anything about WoW, as evidenced by that. I thought Jazzerus's idea of not PvP, but doing a PvEVP thing would be awesome in PoE 2. I don't know how well PoE 2 PvP would work past the early levels, but I think it would be kind of fun just to have in the game. That you could duel your friends and stuff. When you can still read stuff and the game isn't crazy fast. I think it's something that they'll add into the game eventually. Because I don't see much of a drawback for it, you know? Boss HP needs 10x. At endgame, I agree with you. Even though you will not see me deleting any bosses, really. I agree with you. Especially pinnacle bosses. I think those are the ones that really need the HP increase. Because of how powerful characters can get, I really think pinnacle bosses need that increase. Totally agree. Yeah, Uber Arbiter needs a lot more from what I've heard. It sounds like people are just completely annihilating the Uber Arbiter fight very quickly. All right, we found the Well of Souls. Now I need some bones to drop, guys.
The deeper truths lie beyond, but there is no way forward yet.
Oh, hooded one.
Step back, vile wreck.
In a time they are I can boast it.
So cool.
It's like it.
You now possess tread careful Kulamark. Be alive. I must go.
I should destroy you.
That's so cool. I really love what they've done there. All right. Back to the Badlands. Who do you recommend for new players that explain all these mechanics well, like Delirium? I have no idea what Delirium meant, just that everything turned dark. Oh, man. People who have the basic guides for PoE 2. Honestly, dude, I haven't watched a ton of PoE 2 content. And I don't even know if people are doing those sort of guides. Anybody in chat have recommendations? I'm not even kidding. Like, I don't think I've seen, like, basic guide stuff, people. So if anybody has any recommendations, go for it. I plan on doing that once 1.0 comes out. Because I think until then, so much can change. It might be kind of like... It's a lot of work. And especially for someone who doesn't typically do that sort of content, it's a lot of work. So I'm kind of holding back on that. But if there's anybody you guys know that does like very base level explanations of stuff on YouTube, go for it. Recommend it in the chat for this guy. I want to help him out. Zizarin does? I didn't know if he did it for PoE 2 or not. I know he does it for PoE 1. Gazzy came out with a good crafting guide. There you go, guys. Oh, there's the first bone. Look at that, guys. All right, looks like, look at that, bro. Bunch of stuff in the chat for you. Hopefully one of those people serves your needs. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Yeah, I'm streaming. One sec, you guys. My 3-year-old's here. One moment. Hey guys, my 3-year-old is sick. She's not feeling well, so I'm gonna go get her to bed and sit with her for a little bit. She's coughing really hard. So a little bit of a short stream tonight. I'm gonna throw you guys on over. Let's see. Who's streaming? I'll throw you guys on over to somebody. Thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I'll throw y'all over to got Arrow streaming. He's still doing a subathon. We'll do Arrow. All right, guys, here you go. We're throwing you over to Arrow. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I'll upload the Gavryn podcast, but I'm gonna go sit with my daughter. Okay, you guys, have a good one. Video's out later this week. Will be a stream on Thursday night. I don't know if there will be a pod, though. Thanks so much for watching, as always. Have a good one, guys.